Now, I've got to get on to climate and energy policy, because you wrote this week about the madness of these electric vehicle policies. I mean, if you want an electric vehicle, go and buy one. But why does Chris Bowen want to shove them down our throats using the hard-won taxes of working Australians?
It's all about choice, he explains over and over again. There he is. He's in a little electric Hyundai, just going for a bit of a loop around Parliament House, I think. There he goes. Yeah, jumped over the gutter there. Great driving there, mate. Yeah, there's no reason for you to. It's not a petrol pump, mate. You don't need to hang on to it. It's a plug. That's there. You've worked it out. But it's in the name of choice. He says that he's going to, via various legislative means, he's going to restrict choice. He's going to introduce rules and fuel economy mandates and so on that basically will have the effect of forcing petrol-powered or diesel-powered cars either out of the market or force their prices up so much that they become not really an option. And like he says ridiculous things like, Australians go to dealerships and they want to buy an electric car, but they're reluctantly they have to choose a petrol one because there's no electric car that suits their needs. Reluctantly. They're buying Hiluxes, man. They're buying Ford Rangers. They're buying big petrol and diesel-powered utes more than anything. They're not upset about no electric cars at all. Someone
accelerated past me this morning on the way to work in a Maserati. And the sound of that Maserati, I think what they've got to do with Teslas is put some speakers out the back that pump out that sort of noise.
Well, some manufacturers are actually talking about this, so we'll see what happens. They'll put fake V8 noises on little tiny little electric hatchbacks, kind of a sonic dissonance effect.
Now, as a long-time observer of Australian politics, I want you to have a look at this little clip of the current Prime Minister and let us know how it compares to previous incumbents. Here's Albo last night at the Enmore Theatre. Touch of the Bob Hawkes about that, or Hawke wouldn't have been doing it there in a T-shirt, would he?
No, Hawke at least would have worn a suit. He had a decent eye for clothes, but...
and it might have been a bit of Tooheys Old or something rather than some craft beer.
Yeah, some sort of fancy Enmore gear. But this is another rule for the left and the right. It's always different. Tony Abbott skulls a drink, or even has a drink, and he's responsible for domestic violence. People actually wrote these things back in the day when he was shown drinking. Albo has one, and everyone cheers like idiots. Well, yes, it is Enmore Theatre, so there you go.
Yes, indeed. It's his home patch. Now, I want to talk about The Voice, a favourite topic of yours. Let's have a look at this voice. Yeah, the voice of John Farnham, of course, one that absolutely unites this country. News that he's having a cancer operation this morning. No doubt everybody around the country just wishing him the best and hoping for a strong recovery. I've never met John Farnham, but everybody I know who's had dealings with him said he's just a ripping bloke down to earth.
Yeah, you'll find very few people bad-mouthing him, even people who aren't particular fans of his music. They've got no issues with the bloke. And I'm encouraged by the fact it was such a rapid move into surgery rather than going to chemotherapy and other things. It sounds like this might be, hopefully, a case where the cancerous growth or the tumour, what form it takes, can be removed without additional invasive treatment.
Let's hope so. All the best to John Farnham. Much loved around this country. Thanks for joining us, Tim. Appreciate it.
Cheers, mate. See you next week.
Tim Blair there. You can get onto his blog and read his columns through the Daily Telegraph website.